I'm drunk. Let's go. So if you're feeling broke, you're not alone. Dude, I don't open up about what I do very often on here, but I've been in mortgages for the last 12 years. So if you want to lump that in with finance, that's fucking fine. There's a little bit of a tech angle on there. It doesn't matter. But here's the deal. Up until the last handful of years, I have been deep into the six figures. I have a corner office overlooking a lake. Things have been pretty good for me for a long time.
Like a lot of you Edomites. You heard what he said? Let me rewind that. Damn, he's living it up, huh?
Broke, you're not alone. Dude, I don't open up about what I do very often on here, but I've been in mortgages for the last 12 years. So if you want to lump that in with finance, that's fucking fine. There's a little bit of a tech angle on there. It doesn't matter. But here's the deal. Up until the last handful of years, I have been deep into the six figures. I have a corner office overlooking a lake. Things have been pretty good for me for a long time.
The normal Edomite setup. Well, we out here busting it, hustling and working 3 and 4 jobs. See that comfortable zone. And this is living to see the fall. Because you're going to hear him down there. Now this nigga driving for Uber to make ends meet, you know? And he ain't lying. You know, this is how a lot of them, I'm up in these areas, man. Deep down in central Jersey, South Jersey. I see the homes. You wondering where that Chinese man lived that's selling you all that cat in the neighborhood. Where Ishmael lived when they closed these Dunkin' Donuts and Elam and they shut down these chicken stores. Where did they go? Right where the Edomites got them set up in Babylon. Everybody's eating, but now the eating is over. The Lord is shutting this place down. And it's a beautiful thing, man. I was overexcited earlier when I saw this video. To see this, a guy like this, and it ain't just him. Like he said, I'm drunk, so he got up here and ran his damn mouth. But a lot of these Edomites, I'm looking in their face, they're not happy. Ain't no damn holiday season. They ain't in the spirit. They ain't in the spirit of this Halloween, Thanksgiving, New Year's. It's going to be a very cruddy year, 2026. Ain't nobody going to have no plans for the future because your windows are dark, man. Your future is dark. This is Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember thy creator in the days of thy youth while the evil days come not. They didn't do that. Or they wasn't called to do it. It says the years
point where I'm trying to survive like the rest of y'all. Now look, I know what you're going to say. Ooh, we've been like this the whole time. Look, the point to this video is people like me have been catching up to you over the last couple of years, and now people above me are starting to catch up to you.
See, that's the so-called white man. You know, when it going gets rough, right? He destroyed the water, but everybody got to participate in Earth Day. They destroyed the air. Now, this guy's a peon in the grand scheme of things. He's not even white. His skin is red. They don't know what's going on. But the point is that you have average, because he's just an average six-pack Joe American running around Babylon, living off the coattail of his elite brothers.
All right, Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, and Shalom to the mighty Akhwim who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this found captivity, as well as a speckled bird that may look like the other nations but are actually Yasharallah. This is Brother Kawaka coming at you with another lesson, and I wanted to let a lot of this play because this is, and I didn't want to go to the original guy. I didn't want to go to the original videos thing because I don't like the dude, and I don't want to have to search through a 2-hour-long live stream of this dude just staring at a screen. Anyway, Slakia, personal grievances aside, my main thing here is I wanted to bring out a lot of the stuff that this brother brought up. Not bring out what he brought up, but bring up some things to kind of further solidify and further help the thing, because he said this dude said, that's not the point. You guys need to stop worrying about the fact that I was before I wasn't suffering, and you guys were already suffering. You guys need to understand things are getting bad for us now. Now we have to worry. Not just you, but now us. So now we care about you. Now we want to worry about you. Now we want to find a way to resolve things. All right, that's the stuff. That's the thing that it goes to show the wickedness of Esau, where he doesn't think anything needs to happen. He doesn't think that righteousness needs to be implemented unless he himself is suffering. Now, if you, I've spoke on this before, multiple times before actually, where there was a meteor shower, all right, that was in America, where a bunch of meteorites were landing in the plantations and their houses and stuff like that, and people, those Edomite slave owners, they thought that was judgment from the Lord, and so as a result of that, what they did was they were letting all their slaves go and saying, sorry, I'll tell you where your family is. I sold your family to this place. You can go that way, and they were telling them all how to get there and stuff like that, so that they could try to appease the wrath of YAHAWASHI. And then guess what? After the thing ended, they went right back to owning slaves. They didn't stop. They kept on doing the exact same thing, which that's the thing with Esau, where even though Esau is told, hey, if you do this wrong, you're gonna get in trouble, this, that, X, Y, and Z, even though he knows that what he's doing is wrong, he doesn't care. He's gonna keep on doing it and try to get away with it. All right, now let's get some of these precepts. Proverbs 26 verse 25, when he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. And that's the thing, this guy is trying to speak fair. He's trying to say, okay, well, now things are a problem now that I'm suffering, not when you guys were already suffering long before I was, because I was middle class, but now I'm becoming lower class, or poor and whatnot. But now we need to find a way to fix this, because I am not middle class anymore. I don't have money. I'm not able to take care of myself as easily. I'm not able to sustain myself. So now we need to find a resolution to this financial problem and stuff like that, rather than thinking about helping out before. Nobody cared before. Nobody cared to think about others, or nobody cared to make sure things would be good prior. But now when it affects Esau, that's when he wants to fix things. Okay, and this reminds me of this one. Let me get this. Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 11. I said Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 11, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Where, again, because the Lord isn't judging people immediately, like as soon as you, like, say for example, say you hit someone, all right, and because people don't get immediately hit back, or they don't get punished, or they don't get anything of this, any judgment happening to them immediately, there's no correction. That's the thing. There's no immediate correction, and they think, okay, well, I'm going to keep on doing this because clearly I'm getting away with it. I can basically do whatever I want, and my power is continuing unchecked. All right. So let me see. Let's actually get this. Let's actually get this as well. Psalms chapter 73 verse 3, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked, for there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. And all right, so yeah, basically they are not in trouble as other men. Basically, the same way that one person, like say for example Jake, if Jake tries to rob a store or hurt someone, then he's gonna get in trouble. He's gonna get arrested and all that stuff. But if it's an Edomite, okay, well, you get a slap on the wrist. I'll let you do it. And as a matter of fact, there have been people that have actually said that, because in local, not local, Slovakia, but more specifically like in towns, cities, and stuff like that, urban areas where, let's say, a middle class family is friends and neighbors with a police officer, for example, and said police officer says, "Oh, I know you. You're John's kid or whatever, and you're driving drunk." Instead of instead of arresting said kid for driving drunk, and people have literally said that, by the way, instead of arresting said kid, they just give them a warning and say, and just call their parents and call their parents directly rather than actually booking them so that they're able to get away with this stuff. These are Edomites primarily, are Edomites that are getting away with these types of stuff where they have these different connections, and compared to Jake, where even if Jake knew police officers specifically, these devils are not going to be doing that type of stuff for our people. It's as soon as they find them, lock them up, and that's a part of the statistic in how more Jakes are locked up and convicted for crimes compared to Edomites, because when an Edomite does it, they basically a lot of times they get away with stuff. All right, and you can literally look that information up, by the way. Continuing on, Sirach chapter 12 verse 10, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. And basically, you shouldn't even trust this guy's words, because even this is not in good intentions or the actual fulfillment or amendment of the corrupted system. Because as soon as he is good, as soon as the system works well again for him, as soon as he's able to make his money, then okay, well, let's stop there. I don't care about these other people. I don't care about these so-called black people and whatnot. Let's make it so that the system works, goes back to working. And when I say working, I mean, it helps the so-called Edomites, the so-called white people, but it screws over the so-called black people. That's what the system working means to them. All right, and I think they've said that. Fuck you. I think they've said that before. I think this quote is, the system failed us, but we still keep the system because the system works. And what the system works means is that it is still working, quote unquote, to arrest so-called black people, and that's the main goal of it. All right. 2 Corinthians 2 verse 11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us. 2 Corinthians 2 verse 11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Basically, that's it, where we are aware of how Esau plays this game. We are aware of how Esau tries to manipulate people, and we can't allow ourselves to be fooled by this type of smooth talk. All right, let me get this. Psalms 55 verse 20, he hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. That whole agreement of, we want to work together, let's do this, let's all be a big happy family and whatnot, which again, that's the thing. As a matter of fact, let's get this as well. There's multiple things I want to get in. It was Deuteronomy 30, and also I want to get this. First Peter, is it First Peter 2? No, Second Peter? No. It's First Peter chapter 4. Damn it, I was not going to get that. First Peter chapter 4 verse 17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahawah, and if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahawah? And also Deuteronomy chapter 30 verse 7. And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. So now the Lord is translating. If you know the term translate, the term translate doesn't just mean from English to French or English to Japanese or Japanese to English, whatever. It means like moving certain things. Translate is in like moving something onto something else. That's basically what translate means. And the Lord is slowly translating / moving these curses that are on us onto our enemies. Okay, and simply because, let's actually get this as well. Isaiah chapter 65 verse 13. Therefore thus saith the Lord Yahawah, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Where eventually all the Israelites that are suffering, that are starving and whatnot, we're going to be blessed. We're going to have food. We're going to have drink. We're gonna have a happy old time or whatever, or enjoying ourselves, where the poverty, the famine is going to fall upon our enemies. Okay, we're waiting for that because that's coming soon. And finally, okay, yeah, I think that's it. So, yeah, let's go back to Isaiah, Psalms 55 verse 21. And the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were smoother than oil, yet were they drawn swords. So he might be saying all these nice things to say, like, we need to unite, we need to do this and the third, but what's the actual goal? What's the end goal? It's for him to get better, but us, he doesn't care. Okay, or better yet, us to stay down. Verse 22, cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteousness to be moved. And that's basically why, to end it off, when you hear stuff like this, you can't be taken and it's like not taken but enticed by words like this, and to say, okay, well, I need some help, I need this, I'm gonna go join him, I'm gonna do this, that, and the third, whatever, so that we can make some stuff work. Because no, that's not how things work. The problem with that is because we need to trust in Yahawadah, and a lot of us have been, trusting in Yahawadah, as in, like, oh, well, we need money to pay for rent, money to pay for food, money to pay for whatever, and yet the Lord is the one that is helping us get through these days, these hard days. So don't be seeking to join the enemy, because the enemy just wants to use you, backstab you, and that's it. Whereas trusting in Yahawadah, that's going to sustain you and get you through everything. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I'm going to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, Hashem, Yahawashi, Hashem, with Kwak Wadash, double honor to the elders and apostles, great millstone, Wad Ball, and Shalom.